Chapter 088. It finally happened. What was going on? An earthquake? Xingyun Baobao, who looked like a great big fleshy mouse, scrambled to his feet. He had felt violent tremors and shocking vibrations, forcing him out of his deep slumber. Fang Han's 3 roars of mystic ability were so overwhelmingly powerful, they pierced straight into the soul. Even a deaf man would have been shaken awake by them. What's happening? Princess Hongyi also snapped out of her cultivation, stepping out of her room and rushing straight to the pill room of the castle to see what had happened to Fang Han. How could Fang Han be making such a huge commotion? Fairy He also woke from her sleep. All her feathers had now turned platinum, glinting with a greasy, jade-like metallic luster. One look at her and she seemed cast entirely from white gold. Even a flying sword would find it hard to cut through her feathers. At the same time, her entire crane physique had shrunk a size, but she looked far more divinely handsome, brimming with a stronger sense of power. After she swallowed the platinum blood pellet, the Demon Emperor's bloodline triggered her transformation, condensing her body into a far sturdier form. Fang Han had planned to temper her physique further with the Sun Moon 5-star bracelet once she finished consolidating her transformation, which would turn her into a true spirit crane, capable of fighting, even defeating, evil creatures of the Azura level. Sensing the commotion and knowing something big was about to happen, she stretched her legs and hurried straight to where Fang Han was. The great Azura demon, which was also alarmed. She had originally been cultivating in silence, trying to figure out how to expel the water of oblivion talisman Yan had left on the heavenly gate of her body. But when she felt the waves of spiritual fluctuation, panic rose in her heart, and she mobilized her magical power to fly straight over it. A master of the mystic ability realm needed no magic tool or spiritual artifact to fly. Relying on their own powerful magical power, they could fly as fast as lightning, defying all common sense of the mortal world. Logically speaking, no matter how strong a cultivator of the fleshly body realm was, they could not defeat a mystic ability realm master without a treasure weapon. After all, Fang Han was already incredibly strong, but without Yan's help, he could never have defeated the great Azura, which even with the demon sound-slaying knife. Xingyun Baobao, the witch, Fairy He, and Princess Hongyi all gathered around the pill room, watching Fang Han wrapped entirely in the water of oblivion, burning under magical fire, starlight bursting from his body, and all of them tensed up. Xingyun Baobao was there for the spectacle. Fairy He and Princess Hongyi hoped Fang Han would succeed, breaking through the barrier between man and heaven to achieve mystic ability, while the witch secretly hoped Fang Han would fail, otherwise she would never have a chance to free herself. But Fang Han's cultivation would never shift according to others will. Only he himself knew what he was going through. Inside his mind, his spirit surged violently. The spiritual power that had already crystallized grew even more condensed. Waves of blood chi in his body boiled up into his brain, charging it and unlocking countless hidden mystical acupoints in his brain. Those deep crevices and tiny areas of the brain his spirit could never reach before were now all filled and nourished. His entire brain was churning, turned upside down, as if a giant was about to carve out a new heaven and earth within. 3 great roars: mystic ability, mystic ability, mystic ability. All of Fang Han's spirit and strength were poured into these words. It was a soul-shaking roar at life, death, the world, and heaven and earth. It was a deep interrogation of the first threshold of cultivation, the mystic ability realm. Roar after roar, cry after cry. Like a giant sledgehammer, hammering at the gate of mystic ability, the gate of the human body's hidden secrets. Magical power abides in the body for eternity. Divine insight dwells in the heart through all ages. Will embraces heaven and earth, swallows sun and moon, soul roams the void, opens immortal wisdom. Suddenly, after 3 roars of mystic ability, Fang Han felt his voice vibrate once, twice, 3 times, as if it would shatter open the heavenly gate above his crown. Boom! The heavenly gate swung wide open. From the top of his head, streams of faint spiritual energy connected to the azure heavens above and penetrated the earth below, his spirit drawing in the chi of heaven and earth, roaming beyond the physical vessel. Fang Han felt his soul leave his body, a most uncanny sensation. Just then, The Sun Moon 5-star bracelet suddenly flew up, once again radiating endless starlight, wrapping around Fang Han and suppressing his restless spirit that was about to roam free across the heavens and earth. The endless starlight Yuan Qi merged with his spirit, transformed suddenly, turning into a tangible yet incorporeal force that flowed back into Fang Han's mind. His mind was thrown into another upheaval, changing once more. All of his spirit transformed into surging force. This force rose and fell with his breath, yet it was truly real. When Fang Han willed it, this faint great power rose and faded at his command. It was a form of Yuan Qi, no longer the intangible spirit. It existed truly, surging like waves, flickering and growing. This is magical power. This is magical power. My spirit has transformed into magical power. I have magical power now. I've reached the mystic ability realm. Is it true? Have I really stepped into the mystic ability realm? Fang Han roared in his mind. He felt as if a wild true dragon of Yuan Qi, a fierce Yuan tiger, had appeared in his mind. This dragon tiger of Yuan Qi had boundless power, twice as strong as his entire physical strength. And it obeyed his every command at all times, just like his own arm, his own wing, his own energy. If his guess was right, this was magical power. Vast and mighty magical power. Only mystic ability realm masters can possess magical power. With magical power, you break the limits of mortal common sense, perform all sorts of incredible feats, walk on empty air, draw objects from afar, control water and fire, thunder and golden light, boundless power and might. You can even extend your lifespan and transform your mortal flesh. Boom! Fang Han leaped violently out of the pill furnace. He wanted to test if he had truly stepped into the mystic ability realm, whether this magical power was an illusion or reality. Ah! At that moment, in the eyes of the great Azura Witch, Fairy He, Princess Hongi, even Xingyun Baobao, shock was written all over their faces. For they saw Fang Han floating up into the air without relying on any external power at all. A raging current of air rolled around his body, coiling around him like an energetic dragon. The infinite air around his body was condensed by this mysterious force into cranes, snakes, tigers, wolves, all sorts of beasts and birds. Then with another shake, it transformed into swords and blades, able to shift shape at any moment, twisting the air. Woo-woo, woo-woo, the invisible force drove the air to spin, blowing the entire pill room into complete disarray. Ha ha ha. Fang Han let out a wild laugh. He moved his body, lunged through the air, and pressed his palm out from afar toward the castle wall. Immediately, that invisible chi strength condensed into a giant palm print of energy in midair, slamming into the hard granite wall of the castle. Bang! A granite wall 3 feet thick was actually pierced straight through by the energy palm. Pieces of wall broke off and collapsed. Fang Han flipped his hand and pressed down. The air condensed once more by the invisible force, and he clawed hard at the ground. Rip! The chi was as sharp as a knife, cutting 5 deep finger grooves into the ground. As sharp as a flying sword. It worked. It finally worked. The mystic ability realm. At this moment, the gate of mystic ability had been smashed open by Fang Han. He had stepped across the first most crucial threshold of cultivation. From this moment on, he was no longer immortal. The 9-aperture golden pellet, countless blood pellets, the great blue firmament pellet, yellow spring holy water, the pure yang star power of the Sun Moon 5-star bracelet, his unyielding resolve and endurance of the pain of being scalded in the furnace, all these things came together, merged into one, and finally allowed him to achieve mystic ability. Fang Han no longer had any doubt of himself.